Attorney Better has a number of items.
Mr. Better.
Thank you, Judge.
Honestly, go fuck yourself, sir. You don't say that, okay? You don't lose a trial where a jury acquits someone and finds overwhelmingly not guilty and say, I gave my sincere obligation to look into this, and I'm telling you all I saw when she's guilty. Again, respectfully, go fuck yourself.
Swear again like that. That was, no, I mean, whatever. That was, I shouldn't have done that.
A few moments later.
You, as a prosecutor, have got to be out of your fucking mind.
Nose.
Dude, Jimmy, look at those ears.
The ears don't bother me as much.
No, I don't trust a man. I don't trust a man with a lobe like that. No,
really,
not a fucking chance.
The mouth is butthole to me.
Very thin, paper thin.
The nose.
Oh, the nose.
The brows.
Well, listen, I will tell you though, I kind of like a fucked up nose on a guy.
I like a big old honker. I like a big nose.
Big old nose. Give me that big bitch. You know?
Yeah,
like, I'm into it.
Come over here, cluck cluck.
Yeah.
I see some chickens that went moving on up in my biz, cluck cluck. Running, you gotta be with the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, kids.
And I go, oop, clutch, clench, kegel. We did it all. And I go, oh, and what happened? And they go, well, we just got 4,000 plus pages, bitch. And I said, stop it. Show me it. Take me to Unimpound Town immediately, if not sooner. So what happens?
The bitch is here.
Why are you at a football game? Are you a Fonz correspondent?
Well, no, because it's only for men over 30. Okay? Have a great night, boys. Fuck off.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Hey, Blues Clues, motherfucker.
Hi, lovies. Happy Tuesday. It is February 3rd, 2026. And I'm sorry, is she a punctual bitch? Who is she? I don't know her. It's 8:03, and that was at least 2 minutes of an intro. We starting this year off right? I think so. Okay. Hello, Sherry Thompson, for becoming a new consensual member at Nurse Kim's house. I'm not worthy to receive you, but only say the word and I shall be healed. And geez, Nanny knows it, knows that I'm punctual. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but beep, beep, bitches. Woo. Okay. So today is Talk Shit Tuesday. What are we doing? I don't know. But I did have two things that I was hoping to go over with you, one of which I didn't even know happened. As usual, guys, I am just keep swimming. Okay. I'm Dory under the ocean. Didn't realize that Ka had a civil suit kind of hearing today. Like, how did I not know this? But yeah. And so it's only 20 minutes long. It's all via Zoom. And these civil suit attorneys, you want to hear it because they just gave me all the tea. I said, shut your mouth. We know when a deposition of Michael Proctor is occurring. Tits up, ladies. All right. And gents, and Tamar Cunningham, tits up, pal. Okay. So that's very exciting. I want to go over that. Secondly, I wanted to go through the Lindsay Clancy lawsuit. And it's very long. It's very intricate, babes. But for all of us and for who comes here, our humans that come here for actual medical stuff and to think of things that are related to cases, this is incredibly important. And I think that it's kind of, she's doing laundry. Okay, she's doing laundry. If you can hear, is the LG washer just, it's kind of a jam. I can't turn it off. Okay, sorry, it's happening. Okay, she's a mother, for Christ's sake. Okay, so I would like to go over that because I think it kind of relates to Kelsey's case as well, although just in the postpartum areas and the medical kind of neglect that is shown in this civil lawsuit is unbelievable to me. And the medications, for the first time, I'm being able to see what those interactions were, who the psychopharm and psychiatrists that were prescribing, the nurses that were monitoring her, as well as what is alleged was said at the end of the lives of Lindsay's children, and what she was saying, and what she allegedly said at the end. So it's overwhelming. It will maybe be a trigger for people. So I'll go through that first, and then I'm going to go into Karen's suit. Okay. All right. Okay. Look at KY Heather. You're welcome. Babe, I know. Listen, we just wrapped it up. I know we were on the same key cycle, right? And you meant to start at 6 hours ago. I got you. Moms, go put the laundry in or change it from washer to dryer. I'll do it at some point. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, where are you? Jeno, first of all, got your insomnia email. Was I writing back to you and then ADD squirreled? Yeah. Love you. Babe, these are not these eyebrows. You know what they are? This is called 2004. She plucked. She plucked until there was nothing left to pluck. I was trying to be whom? Buffy Summers, first of her name. Put me in Sunnydale. I was going to be killing all the vamps. Right? I thought I was somebody. Okay. Oh my gosh, stop it. Messy. Listen, I'm going to get my hair done. And speaking of Buffy, guess who does my hair? Do you know my girl's name is Buffy? Who does my hair? She's doing it on Thursday at 2:00. Don't tell anyone. So Thursday night, we'll do Thickums Thursday, and I'll have no grays, baby. Oh, she'll be. Okay, sorry. Focus. Yes, Buffy. She is a queen. She's the best. Listen, this bitch does. Okay. She does a cool blonde like you read about. Okay. I have had hairdressers. I've had the worst experiences, best and worst, in the United States of America. That's not true, but it feels that way. One time in high school, I looked like a lion. I looked like the Cowardly Lion, and it was hot. I don't care what anyone says. I would turn back the hands of time and do it. Chunky highlights, like picture. Oh, should I find the pictures? Shall we do a prom pic? So you could see, but it was like, I went, and it was a lady named Maureen, and she did my hair at Cost Cutters in Chelmsford. Cost Cutters. Shout out Maureen. Hope you're doing well, ma'am. And she pulled it through a cap, and she did God's work. I don't know how it happened. It should have never worked out that way, but people thought that I got my hair done at like a really ritzy place. No, babe, I paid $55 for it. Want to know why? Your girl was working at TJ Maxx. Had basically enough money to feed my tiny shopping addiction and also get gas in the car to get to school. Those were the days. Then I also went to like very fancy places when I got a little bit older, and it wasn't that good. I was like, what are we doing? I was like, really? I was like, did I just pay $350 for this? For this? And then I decided around like age 35, because I would go dark in the winter and light in the summer. And then I just said, Jesus, take the wheel, whatever my hormones say and whatever Buffy says. And she's always going to pull it. She's not pull it, but she's going to foil me. And then she does this concoction of all the toners that equal a dream. Okay. You can't tell me shit for the first week after I get my hair done. And I don't go as often as I should. Last time I went was October, and now it's February. And like, look, babe, we got like, oh. Like she goes, why do you do this? Why do you do this? You make my life miserable. And I go, oh, I love you. Do it. Do my hair. And she does. Oh, Val, it is. It's so hard to go dark, but I secretly like it. Sometimes I think I want to go red, but that also makes me think I'm having a nervous breakdown. You know, I can always tell where I'm at if I want bangs or to go red. I'm like, ooh, 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 she's going through it, huh? Yeah, so that's where we're at. I was thinking about both bangs and red recently, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And Lauren, hi, Lauren, says, my hairdresser doesn't give me a choice sometimes of what we do. Babes, when I sit in the chair, I have to let go, let God, let go, let Buffy. And she needs to, whatever I say, she goes, yeah, okay. I talk to her for 2.5 hours. She spins me around. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing as I've always had. And she's like, do you feel better? Do you feel better? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I guess I didn't need like a bob, and I didn't need a red bob, you know? And she goes, well, you're all right, hon. We'll get you. Yeah. Oh, might as well buy a convertible. Listen, I'm not independently wealthy. The day I am KY Heather, we will buy a convertible. We'll be top off, chrome spinning. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let's get into it. Oh, where does it live? Oh, it's right here. Just kidding. Found it. Oh no, what do I do now? Do you forget? Is this it? Nope. JK, guys. LMNOP. Share it. Yes, it's a PDF. Okay, now find your way home. Add it to stage. And we're going to make it big. Oh, well, we didn't need to make it that big. I think I can make it big over here. Nope, can't do that either. Oh, yes, I can. Haha. We'll go to 125. Let's see how that looks. Is that better, babes? Can you see? Oh, Emily, see, you haven't been to a hair salon since pre-COVID. I cut my own hair and just never went back. Babe, listen to me. You look gorgeous. Your hair looks incredible. Want to go to what do you want? Do you want to go to a hairdresser or do you not? Because if you don't, I support you in home haircuts. But if you would like to go get your hair cut, I got you, boo. I'll take you out on me. Let's get a haircut on me. Okay. All right. I think you guys can see that. And okay. Well, we gotta back up. Back it up. Nope. Down. Okay, so this was filed, babes, on the 22nd of January, and it was docketed on the 23rd. This is Superior Court. It is Norfolk County, and it's Lindsay Clancy is the plaintiff, and the defendants are Jennifer A. Tufts, a doctor, Rebecca H. Joletta, a certified nurse practitioner, Astor Mental Health Clinic, South Shore Systems, McLean Hospital, which is Big Doings, and Women and Infants Hospital of Rhode Island. Okay, so basically this is alleging that, okay, read it. Okay, well, no, I want to go down here because I don't want to go into everything, but I did want to touch as soon as they get into, not the parties. Like I wanted to go through kind of here it is, starts right here. Not Lindsay and her family. I need to know about her third pregnancy because this says a lot. Lindsay's effort to seek help, that's important. Vicarious liability, we know. All right. We'll start at negligence. Well, should we? Or just the introduction? No. Sorry, babes. Loss of parental consortium. No, that was not the one. All right. No. Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry, babes. Bear with me. I know what page it is. Oh, that's sad. No. Was it? Oh, Dr. Spinelli. Yeah. All right, we're going to go here. We'll just start right here. I think if we can find it. Oh, hello. Oh, no, it was 50 something. Continued under Tufts care. No, I care about where. Hello, for the love of God. Okay, we'll start here. Lindsay's efforts to seek help. Oh, no, that's again not it. Not the parties. Okay, here it is. Ooh, that was aggressive. Couldn't find it. My bad. Okay, so at approximately 12 weeks postpartum, this is from her third birth. Lindsay's mood switched suddenly to anxiety and depression. She experienced debilitating anxiety, insomnia. And oh, babes, also, this might be triggering for anyone if you can't hear about medication management, psychological concerns, and infanticide. I won't go into exactly what happened. I'm just sticking on psychopharm and the actual treatment of the facilities, but we know how this story ended, and it's absolutely treacherous and heartbreaking. So I don't want anyone to be triggered by this. So come back at like 8:40 if you can't do this right now. I totally understand. So it says that she had no motivation and could not exercise. Everything about her body felt heavy and required effort. It was a chore to dress and shower. Her parents came from out of state to help care for the children. 29. Recognizing that something was seriously wrong, Lindsay took the initiative to seek psychiatric care. On September 12th, 2022, she found Jennifer Tufts online and scheduled an appointment. At her first appointment with Dr. Tufts, Lindsay's Edinburgh Postnatal Depression Scale, EPDS, score was 23, indicating severe depression. Dr. Tufts prescribed Zoloft despite Lindsay's hesitation about medication due to breastfeeding concerns. Oh Lord, I went real quick. Oh, how did I lose it again? No, sorry, guys. No, it's 29 we were on. Oh, for the love of God and all things good and holy. Okay, right here. No. Oh, hello. Okay, all right. So, gentle, go to 149. 49. Okay. And then can I go down to 150? Jesus. Okay, it felt awful. Wait, let me go back. Can I go 1, 7, 8? Why is this so tricky? Where's page 8? Oh my God. Okay, this is absolutely terrifying. Guys, how am I lost here? Oh my goodness. Ooh. All right, it hates me. It won't let me do it. 145. 144. Oh my gosh. No, still won't let me do it. 28. Oh my God. I'm sorry, babes. This is wild. Okay. Is that it? No, still not it. Okay, I'm going to have to be done. I can't handle this. Nope, still not there. All right. Well, okay. She increased after, we'll start at 32 and then I won't screw up again. What page are we on? All right, we're on 9, but what like number is this? I can't even. Somebody end me. This is insane. Hold please. Okay. So after increasing the Zoloft from 25 to 50 prescribed, Lindsay experienced a severe adverse reaction. She did not sleep for 48 hours, had racing thoughts. She had worsening anxiety and, quote, felt awful. This dramatic departure, this dramatic departure from her previous sleep patterns was obviously a warning sign of medication-induced activation consistent with bipolar disorder. Okay, all my nurses, all the numbers are on the left. Yeah, that would, listen to me, smile more, please. You are 110% correct. I'm looking at him, babe. The thing, the mouse, just, you know me, it's a desktop. I fight for my life. I see it. I go up, I go down, I go up. That was terrifying for all of us. I don't know. Did I just waste 3.5 minutes of your life you'll never get back? Absolutely. I apologize. But so when they're talking about these racing thoughts, right? And they're saying it's consistent with bipolar disorder, what's the first thing that you're thinking? You're thinking that that Prozac isn't going to touch shit. If you are bipolar, 1 or 2, doesn't matter. Prozac is not how you treat. So this is a mismanagement of a psychiatric diagnosis. You need a mood stabilizer, specifically in a bipolar disorder. And it is shocking to me where she goes for treatment afterwards, and you're seeing that they're adding and they're doing what a lot of doctors do. It's that cocktail, right? It's that cocktail of medication that they will put people on and say, try this. Let's see if this works. Let's move here. We'll go here, but you're not giving that time. For all psychiatric medications, you are going to need like at least 8 weeks. You need 4 to 6 for you to start feeling any difference. But for your actual system to be responsive, it's 8 weeks or more. And that was not done with Lindsay. And as a registered nurse, she had been a mother and child nurse. She's an OBGYN nurse. She worked at maternity, on a maternity floor in a hospital for 9 years. She knows this. And that's why I think she was so reluctant and was a little fearful, not only of a stigma of as a nurse and as a mother of a third time, she's feeling these feelings. She's thinking to herself, I need help. And the doctor that I'm going to are just throwing different pills at me. And I think that at probably some point she said, oh, I don't know if I think she did say specifically, I don't want to take that. But she did because she was listening to her doctors. It says Prozac here, and it's not. So let me see. They're not same. Oh, you're right. But she was on Prozac is next. Okay, my bad. After increasing the Zoloft, 2 different drugs, from 25 to 50 as prescribed, you are absolutely right, Lovey. Didn't I read Prozac earlier? I know that she was on. We'll get there. Then it says Lindsay promptly reported these symptoms, okay, of medication-induced activation to Dr. Tufts on October 20th, 2022. Rather than recognizing the significance of this reaction and conducting appropriate testing to determine why Lindsay had such an adverse response to a relatively low dose of medication. Yes, that is a low dose of Zoloft. Dr. Tufts simply discontinued the Zoloft and prescribed Ativan and Benadryl for sleep. Where's the alarms? Do we have alarm bells? Ding, 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 ding. I'm sorry. Did you just say you went from Zoloft, okay, which is a SSRI for antidepressant, right? And then you put her on, you were like, DC this, and I'm putting her on a benzo. I'm putting her on a benzo and Benadryl. Huh. That's suspicious, in my opinion. Okay. Then 34. Even after carefully tapering these medications, Lindsay's profound insomnia persisted, accompanied by distressing cardiac palpitations. Her condition continued to deteriorate. On November 16th, 2022, Lindsay's insomnia had become so severe that she took, okay, we're going to go to 51. Oh, 50. That she took herself to the emergency room. Sorry, that's number 35, babes. At South Shore Hospital seeking help. She reported insomnia, anxiety, and palpitations. The ER doctor prescribed trazodone for sleep, but it was not effective. Why is an ER physician, again, ding, 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 alarm bells should be ringing. Now we have another doctor, another physician adding to the cocktail. And you have trazodone, which, gosh, let me not screw up. I don't want to mess up our classification. I think it's an antidepressant, but trazodone class, make sure. No, yeah, it's an SARI. It's an atypical antidepressant and used to treat major depressive disorder, anxiety, and insomnia. Yeah, people take trazodone at nighttime for sleep. That makes sense. But if she is bipolar, she is in her cycling is happening right now. This insomnia was activated from potentially a low dose of Zoloft, not Prozac. Remember that, Kim. Let me just write down Zoloft so I don't screw it up. Zoloft. And I find that so interesting, babes, because when in the Christ have you ever gone to the emergency room and the ER doc is giving you psych drugs? Atypical psych? Stop it. It doesn't happen. So that's weird. That should raise a little red flags with us. It was not effective. Then on number 36, it says Patrick's mother, a nurse at South Shore Hospital, contacted the South Shore Perinatal Behavioral Health Program on November 20th, 2022, seeking additional help for Lindsay. Nurse practitioner Julie Paul reached out to Lindsay. Oh, let me go down without losing it. 150. 150. Nope. Okay. This was the second. Okay. So then it was talking about the trazodone. It was the second antidepressant that had caused activation and worsening insomnia, a critical red flag for bipolar disorder that providers failed to recognize. On 39, on November 25th, 2022, Nurse Paul prescribed 3 different medications. And babes, when I tell you you're about to fall off your damn chair, be prepared when I read them. Okay, so nurse practitioner Paul prescribed Ambien, Remeron, and Klonopin. Holy shit. Those are big guns. That is insane. I didn't even know in the year of our Lord 2022 any providers that were still prescribing Ambien because of the paradoxical effects that some patients were receiving, and also the dependency. Ambien is a highly habit forming medication that you're unable to sleep if you do not have it. Okay, so now you've got, again, and this is a brand new mother who is coming to you asking for help, a nurse. She knows all of it, and you had her on an Ativan, and now you threw her on some Klonopin. And I'll tell you this, Klonopin, oh, look at Holly's like, I love my Ambien. Yes, I'm sure. Holly, can you tell me something? Have you ever ordered, and I just have heard this from many a patient, have you ever done, like, if you didn't fall asleep, have you ordered things online? Because they've been like, I can't take that Ambien anymore. I rang up like $1,000 on my credit card, or I did this, or I did that. One thing wicked scary one time, I had a patient that drove on Ambien and woke up in a totally different state. And she had no idea. She did not get into a car accident, but it was terrifying. She was terrified. She was like literally in her housecoat in Rhode Island. Okay. So, okay, Lindsay experienced disassociation at this time. Now, this is in November of 2022, and we know that in the tragic events occurred in January of 2023. So just a couple months before. Lindsay experienced disassociation, meaning that she feels disconnected, like I did. Well, that she felt like she's not in her body. And you can feel it differently, but like you can feel like you're there, but you're not there. Maybe I'm not describing that as well as I could. Someone in the chat, if you have a better description of disassociation, can you please put it in there for the lovies? Perceiving the world around her was unreal, distorted, and distant. That's actually pretty good terminology. She was unable to determine what was real. She became disoriented, forgetful, confused, and disconnected from her own body. She was unable to drive and unable to be alone. I want to tell you a little story, okay? A little Nurse Kim story time. The year of our Lord, 2007, I am in nursing school, and I get put on Wellbutrin for anxiety, which, like, back in the day, I don't know why they would ever put you on Wellbutrin. Like, it was just because I was like wicked overwhelmed I had a lot going on. And so I get put on the Wellbutrin, and I'm on it for 2 weeks. Okay. I'm on it for 2 weeks because I was on my way to clinical, and I swear to God on all things, to Tiny Mary and Tiny Jesus in the Boom, I felt like I was fucking Fred Flintstone. And I was like yabba dabba do in the car. And I go, oh, I go, she's got a problem. And I go, never again. And I was on like the lowest dose. I am somebody who cannot take medications well, lovies. I've always been incredibly sensitive. I have a paradoxical effect with Benadryl. Most people go to sleep. It has me so hyped out of my mind that I'm having like my heart rate will go up to like 120. I'm very weird. And like I can only take the lowest, or what a normal person, not a normal person because we're all normal, but what would be a regular dose, it like cut that in half. And that's what I could take if I had to, but that's why I just take I only take my like fish oil. I take a multivitamin in the morning, and I got like this oil of oregano that I take now. I don't know. And one time, remember, I was taking the liposomals, those little, I got something off TikTok, but that was just for like, it was saying for hormones, but it was all natural, allegedly. Oh, no, Nicole, you're that way too. Oh, my gosh, when you're sensitive, it's the worst. Okay. So everything, she is going through it. And this is literally 2 months before the tragedy. So then 40 says Lindsay reported these alarming symptoms to her providers on November 28th, 2022, noting she was still struggling, sleeping only 3 to 4 hours with 3 children, and feeling disoriented and forgetful. On November 29th, Lindsay began treating with Nurse Jalada. Lindsay reported she was anxious and frightened about what is happening, and she blamed herself. Oh, are we all here? Let's check in. She's blaming herself because she's a mom, because she's a nurse, because she's not right, and she can have the foresight and the insight, rather, that like, I'm not okay. She asks for help, and everything that is thrown at her is not helping. It's not making it better. So what do? You blame you. Well, if something's wrong, something's bigger wrong with me than they're able to help me with right now. It's shame. It's guilt. And I am so sorry. Darlene, we're talking about Lindsay Clancy. She's a case out of Duxbury. It was a mother. She's a nurse, was a nurse. And she unalived her 3 children in January of 2023. And she was she did it. There's no question. But the question is, was she in a postpartum psychosis? She had sought help and treatment after giving birth to her 3rd child. And this is a lawsuit that she has brought and her husband, Patrick, have brought against providers in the Commonwealth that they believe were negligent and that they prescribed a multitude of medications that were not treating the actual diagnoses that Lindsay had. It's a very sad story. I'm sorry to be a downer, but I think it's important. Okay, so Nurse Gelada correctly considered a bipolar presentation and prescribed, get your shit together, everyone, Seroquel, an antipsychotic, and a mood stabilizer. Okay, I'm going to can I gently push this down? Will it? Okay, wait, up. Okay, 42. Okay, it just doesn't want to show me it. Okay. Wait, I'll make it small. Wait, can you show it to me? I just want to see. Okay, 43. Lindsay openly communicated her escalating internal turmoil to her husband, Patrick, her parents, and her providers. She described her emotional state as emotionless. Okay, so she's feeling muted, right? That she's feeling numb and like a zombie, attributing to this profound effective blunting of the Seroquel. And your affect is how you present, right? This is when we are you able to smile, emote, make eye contact, proper cues? That's like what you're looking for. And also, are you connecting with what you're saying to how you look? So like, let's say somebody says to you, my dog died, my mother died, and I found them today, both my mother and my dog, and they're just like this, right? You'd expect them to have more cues than that. Or I'm going to get married tomorrow, and it's going to be the best day of my life, right? That's when you'd be like, hey, you good? You good, Miley? On December 2nd, 2022, Lindsay reported to Nurse Jolata that she had lost 15 pounds. Ding, 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 everything off. Now we have weight loss. Now we have significant weight loss because it isn't like a thickums kimmums, okay? It's not like me dropping a 15 spot. You'd say, bitch, you look good in those jeans. When your BMI is like 18 to 25 and you're a little skinny thing, you losing 15 pounds is going to show. And it is going to show, and also you're not sleeping. I have concerns. And the medications that you are on, in my opinion, which I know that it can go either way, but like I could never get a weight loss, right? It'd always be like, oh, you want to gain 15 pounds? Sure, let's do it. I don't have the I don't get the lose weight side. Oh, thank you so much, BCS1226. I appreciate your super sticker. Okay, and then we go to, okay, Lindsay was also, she had no appetite, was experiencing panic attacks and confusion, and had a lack of attention over the past 4 days. 45. On December 4th, 2022, Lindsay was so frightened by the hallucinations that she called the New Bedford suicide hotline seeking help. She was told there was no emergency because she said she had no specific plan as to how she would kill herself. That's really sad. That's a month before the tragic ending of her children's lives. And she called the suicide hotline and was hallucinating. And because she didn't have a plan, a specific plan, they said it's non-emergency. That's gut-wrenching to me. I know, Lauren. And I just think to myself, like, of my patients, and I understand that we all know that if you have a plan, are you able to contract for safety? Are you a risk to yourself or others? But the concerning part to me is that she did have hallucinations. If you're having auditory or auditory or visual hallucinations, you should be absolutely assessed. And sometimes if people think that they just want to die, sorry guys, again, this is very sad information. But if you have passive suicidal ideation, meaning like, I don't care how it happens, I just want it to happen. Like, I want to go, I remember very vividly somebody once saying to me that she wanted to like just go lay on the beach and have the tide take her away. That's a passive SI, suicidal ideation. And like, there is, in my opinion, a need for assessment. And especially if you're calling for help. J401, I totally agree. And her children were failed. And Patrick, her husband, was failed. Okay. On December 5th, that same year, the 22nd, Lindsay met virtually with Aspire crisis support clinician, again seeking help. She didn't stop seeking help. This is imperative, babes, for their case. And for the defense in the criminal case, although this is civil, it is imperative what we're learning through these documents. She was told she did not meet the criteria for inpatient treatment because she did not have a plan. On December 6th, this is the very next day, the 2nd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, Patrick attended an appointment with Lindsay and Nurse Gelada. Patrick connected Lindsay's SI to the Seroquel. He told Nurse Gelada that, quote, Lindsay is 10,000 times worse since she has taken this medication, and asked if they could, quote, get Lindsay off medications and start from scratch to see what was going on. He asked if there could have been some mistake, like using wrong medications. Nurse Gelada acknowledged, quote, it is possible. And despite this, Nurse Gelada continued to increase the Seroquel dosage towards 400 milligrams per day. I need you to understand that 400 milligrams of Seroquel could knock out a horse. It is unfucking believable that a 30-something year old nurse, mother, not PTSD, not a Vietnam veteran, not like my whatever, like this is unbelievable. That number, seeing that number made me have a physical reaction. Becca, babe, holy shit. I've never seen that high. Wow. You good? This is jarring. It is alarming. It should be, in my opinion, when there is an ask for a restart, they do that often, specifically when you're resistant to medications. You have to be monitored closely, and most of the time you should be inpatient with psychiatric med. It's called it's a wash, you're cleansing it out of your system and then to restart. But this is wild for someone who was just started on it in November, and then in December you are having in a month, you should be starting at 12.5 milligrams. That's where it starts, okay? 12.5. And we've got her almost at 400 within 2 months. Get out of town. Stop it. Remove, give your license. Absolutely surrender your license, because you're a fucking danger, in my opinion. I know. This is what I'm saying, Kelly. It's worse than I thought. Me too, babe. Okay. So then on December 13th, Lindsay remained deeply depressed, had no motivation and interest in anything. She was exhausted. She couldn't get out of bed. The hallucinations were loud and continued all day, saying, quote, I will never be the same. I will never be me again. Quote, you are damaged. You will never be the same. The only option is to die. Lindsay told her husband, Patrick, I have thoughts of harming the kids. She told her mother about these thoughts. I didn't know this. I didn't know this. I did not know this. This was all new to me in this actual civil suit. Lindsay also had paranoid delusions that people could hear her thoughts. This is typical presentation too. And that she would be locked in a hospital and have her children taken away. Lindsay's escalating SI, suicidal ideation, thoughts prompted a visit to Mass General Hospital emergency room on the 20th of December, where she sought help. The ER suggested either an admission to McLean or the partial hospitalization program at Women and Infants in Rhode Island. So a partial is like a day program, babes, okay? And it is I don't think it would be appropriate in this situation. I think that it is good for a transition from an inpatient to outpatient and community, but a partial, I don't believe, was the right offer even from Mass Gen. So an inpatient would have been appropriate, but she clearly ends up going to women's and infants hospital, and they failed to treat her properly. On December 21st, she admitted herself to the partial hospitalization day program intended to help patients with postpartum depression. This was yet another active step that Lindsay took to help her worsening condition. This is unbelievable how many steps she took to help herself and her family, trying to help her. Lindsay's chief complaint at Women and Infants was, "I feel numb and crazy depressed." She reported feeling, quote, "crazy depressed, numb to all emotion. I can't feel love." And that her life is becoming a disaster. And that she can't feel fear, quote. And that she was, quote, "messed up beyond repair." She had lost 15 pounds in a month, had no motivation, and said that it took all of the effort in the world to breathe. Becca, I'm so sorry. I'm so, so sorry. Say prayers. I'll say prayers for her and for you. I can't imagine the loss of a child is the worst fear that any parent, and the worst pain any parent can bear. So Lindsay is in this outpatient program. She's doing everything that she can, and she's telling you she can't love. She's telling you she can't fear. And she's telling you that every bit of her is needed for her to breathe. That's heartbreaking. Her postnatal depression scale at Women's and Infants was 23, indicating severe depression. Her generalized anxiety disorder was a 21, higher than the threshold for the most severe category. Dr. Diaz at Women and Infants concluded Lindsay had, quote, "no postpartum depression," and rejected a bipolar disorder diagnosis because of, quote, "no history of hypomania or psychosis or family history." This conclusion was negligent because Dr. Diaz failed to obtain an adequate history. Had Dr. Diaz properly inquired about Lindsay's early postpartum period, he would have learned of the hypomanic episode that began immediately after delivery. Also, guys, you don't need to have a family history of shit. Yes, it's more likely if we do have family histories, which I do. I have a family history of a lot of psych stuff, a lot of conditions. But that doesn't mean that you don't have it. You have to be honest with your signs and your symptoms, and clearly she was. So how are you saying that a subjective scale that was filled out by your patient, that was off the Richter scale for both depression and generalized anxiety, you came back with, she's got nothing? That's insane. And Heidi, he is being sued. Dr. Diaz is in this, right? Is Dr. Diaz in this? Oh no, they sued the facility, Women's and Infants. But should they sue Dr. Diaz potentially individually? Dr. Diaz accepted Lindsay and Patrick's belief that her symptoms were due to, quote, over medication, and recommended weaning the Seroquel. The clinical team at Women and Infants posited that Lindsay's symptoms were more pharmacologically induced than purely depressive. They determined that the day program was not appropriate and reached out to Nurse Jolata to discuss Lindsay's care. And Nurse Jolata did not respond to them. So the doctor that referred her to the women and the partial program is now not, oh no, that was Mass General, but her outpatient, her other provider that had actually prescribed her medications, who prescribed the 400 milligrams of Seroquel for her in the community, along with what? Ambien she was taking, Klonopin she was taking. She's taking all of it. And this is so scary with the inability for the communication and the continuity of care. There's problems. We have problems in the Commonwealth. We have problems all over the country. But even when we go into our systems, whether you're in Epic or you're in ECW or you're in Guiding Care, whatever the fuck you're in for your EMAR, there is problems because not everybody is not communicating with everyone. And if you're the treating physician in the community, shame on you for not fucking returning the call. Or have one of your nurses call. Women's and infants neglect, failure to properly evaluate Lindsay and obtain an adequate psychiatric history and recognize the signs of bipolar disorder with postpartum onset resulted in a missed opportunity to provide appropriate treatment. Their recommendation to wean Seroquel without providing a proper alternative treatment plan, paradoxically, which is opposite, contributed to Lindsay's further deterioration. Now, lovies, we're just going to do the McLean's failure to treat, and then we'll be done. Okay. Oh, where's that at? Okay, McLean's. Following the Seroquel reduction recommended by women and infants, Lindsay's suicidal ideation resurged. By December 29th, Lindsay told her husband, "I can't tough it out anymore. I need to go to McLean's." Now, as a nurse and a mom in Massachusetts, you 100% know what McLean's Hospital is. It is revered. McLean's is one of the top hospitals, psychiatric hospitals in the country. There have been books that have had studies and patients that have been featured from that hospital for over 100 and something years. It is a premier hospital. And if she's saying, "I can't tough it out," she tried the outpatient, the partial day program. And now she's like, "I need to go. I can't tough this out." That's huge. On December 30th, Lindsay went to Mass General again, emergency room, which you have to do because you're not getting a direct admit. So she has to go to an emergency room and then get a bed, which suggested admission to McLean. On December 31st, so she stayed there overnight at MGH, and then she admitted to McLean. She admitted herself, meaning that it was a voluntary, not section. And it's the nation's top-ranked psychiatric hospital due to her severe depression and suicidal ideation. Lindsay admitting symptoms included passive suicidal ideation, meaning that she didn't have a plan, lovies, but she felt like absolute garbage and wanted to die. Feeling detached, hopelessness, depression, no appetite, no energy, unable to perform activities of daily living, no motivation, racing thoughts, inability to organize her thoughts, memory problems, anxiety, and insomnia. Her insight and judgment were documented as limited. McLean placed Lindsay on a locked unit with 15-minute suicide checks. However, the care she received was grossly inadequate. She was admitted on New Year's Eve, and there was a skeleton crew because of the holiday. Patients spent their evening doing puzzles and coloring. Nurses stayed behind the desk and glass. Lindsay did not see a doctor until January 3rd, 3 days after the admission. What the fuck did you just say? She didn't see a physician, a doctor, until 3 days after she was admitted to a psych hospital? There's really no words. On January 3rd, the doctor advised Lindsay to stop Seroquel and the benzos and prescribed trazodone. Now we're back on a trazodone, like we're doing a circle. This is what it is, babes. You're chasing your tail. And on January 4th, Lindsay asked if she could go home for Cora's birthday because her thoughts had improved since the Seroquel decrease, and she was approved for discharge. Lindsay was discharged from McLean Hospital on January 5th, after only 5 days stay, despite her documented limited insight and judgment, and was returned to the care of the same outpatient providers who had been providing the alleged substandard care. After discharge, Dr. Goodhart from McLean called Lindsay and spoke for only 10 minutes, offering names of antidepressants. The staff at McLean suggested amitriptyline, yet another antidepressant, the very class of medication that had repeatedly caused Lindsay to go into those adverse states. When Lindsay was discharged from McLean, she thought, quote, I was just in the best hospital in the country, so there was not much hope. She decided she must appear like she was okay and, quote, had to do her best. McLean Hospital was negligent in the failure to properly evaluate Lindsay, obtain an adequate psychiatric history, and provide sufficient inpatient care during her brief admission, and ensure appropriate discharge planning and follow-up care directly contributed to the tragic events that followed. Lovies. 5 days. She was in McLean's for 5 days. She didn't see a physician. She never saw her provider, like the psych doctor, until day 3. She was put on Q15-minute suicide watch. And they left them there to do puzzles and color. She was in literally, when I tell you, I'm not bullshitting you, McLean Hospital, go look it up. Best hospital, best psychiatric hospital in this United States of America. And that's the care she received. And they told her to get rid of her, reduce the Seroquel, and put her back on the trazodone, which she was already on previously. So we're doing the cycle. And you called for a 10-minute call, and you tried to put her back on the same classification of drugs that had given her the adverse effects that started this entire fucking shit show. And you don't think that this girl who's a nurse, who knows damn right well, she knows I'm not in here, I'm not sectioned. I voluntarily went. I need to get out of here. I'm a lost goddamn cause. If I was just in McLean and they couldn't help me. And she said, I'm going to pick myself up by the bootstraps, and I'm going to have to figure it out all by myself, because I've been asking for help every single day and calling suicide hotlines and going to my outpatient providers and supports and going to the emergency room and going to partial hospitalization programs and checking myself inpatient and no one helped me. And I can't feel love, and I can't feel fear. And every bit of strength that I have, I'm using to breathe. Oh, that's heartbreaking to me. And I think there is going to be liability there. I truly think that I truly believe that there will be liability for those providers, because it's not okay. It's not okay to her children. It's not okay to Patrick. And it sure as hell isn't okay to Lindsay, who is now at another state hospital and has been. She's been residing at Tewksbury State, right down the road. She's paralyzed because she jumped from a window and tried to end her own life after she took her children's lives because she heard command hallucinations to do so. It's just very sad. God bless baby Cora, baby Dawson, baby Callan, Patrick, their families. Everyone was failed. And I know she did it. I know she did it. And I know that she needs to pay for what she did. But I know she pays for what she did every day, if she's alert and oriented. Okay, lovies. I'm going to share this tab instead. I'm going to close that out. And now let's get in. I know that's like a weird, anybody, if you had to leave because you couldn't listen to that. Now I wanted to switch gears. We'll only stay for a little while longer so you can get over to Dr. Turtleboy. But I did want to go over this hearing today that I actually did not know happened for Karen's civil suit. And I do want to say to anybody, lovies, let me just give you, there is a phone number that I found. And I'm going to ask if maybe one of my mods, or I can put it in, I hope. Where is it? No, it must have been, where did I see this? Let me check. I would just want to get it because I know that we know 988, which is it's imperative to have, but there also is a mother's line that I found. And it could help save a mom that is going through any kind of postpartum or, yeah, here it is. Okay. Let me pull this up and I'll post it on X as well. And I'll post the number in the chat to all my moms. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 1-833-943-5746. And that is, or share this number with a mom you know. It could save a life. It is 1-833-9-HELP for moms. Are you struggling and feeling overwhelmed? Do you need someone to talk to? You are not alone. Help is available. I'm retweeting it right now. And I'm going to put it in our chat, babes. I love you to all you moms, to all of us. There you go. Thanks, Mark Cunningham. You're the best. Thank you, LML Bunny. Okay, babes. Just know that you're not alone. You're never alone, okay? All right. Okay, babes, let's get into this and let's think about how every way in which we would like Michael Proctor to pay for his sins.
Time opening those as well. They seem to be either corrupted or
hello?
not in a proper archive. Best I understand what my
You're not
technical
talking.
people have
What are you
told me.
doing?
So I can
So
just
weird.
say, Your Honor, we are having some similar difficulties that we would love to get past with the cooperation of all parties in the court.
Why can't I hear you? Speak.
Positions, if any, have been noticed by CNC.
Is that he would be looking to.
Oh no,
they're not, as far as I can tell.
babes. Why
categorized in
can't I
any
hear
way.
this?
My operations.
Hello. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out. Figure it out, Waylon.
His manager has told me that there, we can see that there's driveways, there's ring doorbells, there's some body cams, there's. So we have talked with Mr. Diller and conferred with him on the short list of folks that we would anticipate that we would like to depose. And frankly, we've also talked to counsel for Waterfall about this.
That's weird.
And then, of course,
this is suspicious.
Talked to me
Says
about
that the volume is up.
these that he would be looking to depose. But on both sides, it's a relatively
you
short
hearing
list,
it?
Your Honor. And as soon as we get
Am
through
I
these
hearing
documents, we are in a position.
I'm not
to
hearing
proceed with
anything.
with that type
Can you
of
hear
discovery
me?
and with depositions.
Oh no,
Thank
Lord.
you. Why don't I hear from Waterfall, please?
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay, is it just me? All right, now. Oh, what is this? Why is it doing that? I figured it out. Hey guys, there's a little thing up in the taskbar and it has volume. That's so rude. Okay. Woohoo. We're gonna add it because she is able to do this. Share it. Cleopatra coming at ya. Add it. Wahaha. Do you know the Muffin Man? Yeah. His name is Michael Proctor and he's getting fucking deposed. Ha ha.
By agreement. As to the documents produced, we also have not yet commenced deposition. The documents that we have gotten through the discovery to date, we've been working through and expending efforts to get to the documents, understand the documents. We've had some challenges, but we've been trying to implement some workarounds, but that is not completed yet. And we also have a discovery e-vendor that will be assisting us in the pursuit of getting our arms around all those documents. We have been in discussions with Attorney Diller and Attorney Smith about the depositions we would be taking. There are obviously some overlap with the depositions that the Reed team would be taking and the O'Keefe team, but that the separate depositions of patrons or witnesses, we conferred about those. I agreed it's a relatively short list, and the hope was first to review the documents before starting that process.
Do the challenges you have encountered include the inability to access the documents produced?
Not all of them, Your Honor. We have been able to access documents, but we haven't been able to access all the documents. For instance, some of the folders that were described by Mr. Rosenberg and Mr. Diller, they will open up and they'll be blank, there'll be nothing in there, or they're corrupted. I believe we've had some communication with Mr. Rosenberg's office about some access to files and our own IT support internally. So what I would say, Your Honor, based on 990,000 pages, there is a percentage that we haven't accessed properly or completely. One thing I will also add is that there is a load file that we recently received that has metadata. It appears that
Don't spread your load out. All right. Don't Judson B. Welcher this. Do it. I triple dog dare you.
Will assist in terms of accessing documents or files that we've struggled with. So that's something that we intend to do next.
When did you receive that?
I think it was in the last week, Your Honor.
Oh, look at him. Look at top. Look at
Your Honor,
top
can
guy.
I just note, Your Honor, I haven't heard from either of the two bars about these issues. I'm happy to work with them, just like I've been working with Mr. Diller to have these documents assist with whatever technical issue that they're having. I just haven't been aware of those yet. So if they reach out to me, I'm again happy to help with that. But I understand there is a lot of paper here, and there is a need for e-discovery vendors because primarily the plaintiffs have asked for all of these million pages of documents. So I understand why all of the parties are.
I'm going to tell you what, guys. I'm sorry. This is a little bit of a bipolar shift tonight because I want you to put your Parkses on. Do you gotta? Because the sun doesn't set on a gangsta. And today, Karen Reed's team is just that. Okay? Let us play.
Are explaining the need to access things in order to go forward and proceed even further with discovery. But I just want to be clear, there, to the extent there's any technological issue, parties need to reach out to us and let us resolve those, which we will do.
But the common theme seems to be that they're all having some difficulty.
Well, I agree with you based on what I just heard, Your Honor, but I'm not aware of that until just this moment. The only party I've conferred with about these issues is Mr. Diller, and we've been talking about it for, I think we'll agree we've been talking about it for a month or more. So I'm more than happy to do that. And I don't know what the issue is from the other defendant's perspective. I know from Mr. Diller's consultant what the issue is now, which I believe we've resolved, and he's said he should be able to know that shortly. So I would suggest I'm happy to speak with anyone that needs to in the next couple of days to address any technological issues that are remaining.
Oh, you are?
So, Attorney Rosenberg, in November, Attorney Waters indicated that the Reed team had sent out between 10 and 12 subpoenas.
That's correct.
It appears you've resolved, at least for now, issues relative to Sergeant Good, Mr. Proctor, as well as the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office. That's 3. Who were the other parties that notices of deposition went out?
Oh.
So there's only been one. There's only been one.
Well, Attorney Waters indicated between 10 and 12. I've just addressed 3 of them, so that leaves 7 to 9. So you said there's only been those 3?
No. So the question to Attorney Waters at the last hearing was subpoenas. Those were primarily document subpoenas. The deposition subpoena and the notice of deposition, which is the only deposition that's scheduled thus far in this case, is our deposition of Michael Proctor, which we've finally locked in with everyone's availability, all parties' counsel and Mr. Proctor and his counsel's availability. And that'll be going forward in April.
And this is where I mic dropped, Lovies. This is the moment. This is it. 7 to 9, 8 to 10, scoobity beep bop bop. Give me a baker's fucking dozen. I want them all. And you're telling me in the civil suit of this is O'Keefe and Reed. This isn't Reed and everyone. Okay? I go, what are we doing? What is happening here? I am blacked out. Michael Proctor of Michael, former Mass State Police trooper. Michael Proctor, you're getting deposed. You know when you're getting deposed? April. April showers bring May flowers. April Proctors, bring May, I don't even know, porkers. We're going to figure it out, okay? I'm going to have pork chops and applesauce on that man's bald head. Yes. I want to do it all. I want every bit of it. Give me Proctor. Give him Proctor. We're going to punch a Proctor. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Hold, please. Let's change our background, babes. Because we just found out. You know what we found out. You know where he is. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Where you been? Great. It was awesome. Good seeing ya. Okay. Hi. How are you? 1, 2, 3. Punch a Proctor. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. No, never. We're never going to stop. You put your sunglasses on and punch in Proctors in April? Yeah. Can you imagine? Would I do anything to be a fly on a wall? Yes, I would. Ask me what. It's a limited list of what I wouldn't do.
We have not yet scheduled other depositions, but we from the Reed side plan to do so very shortly. And as you can tell, obviously the discovery from our end is going to be primarily third-party discovery. So there will be additional depositions put on the calendar soon as we're able to coordinate schedules, which has obviously been daunting in this case.
Daunting.
So just so I understand, what subpoenas have been sent out?
So we've sent two subpoenas to Michael Proctor because there was additional information that became, we became aware of. We've sent a subpoena to the town of Canton. We sent a subpoena to the Boston Police Department. We sent a subpoena to the Massachusetts State Police, sent a subpoena to Sergeant Good, as Your Honor said. We sent a subpoena to, I don't know if I said the district attorney's office, but both us and the plaintiff sent subpoenas to the district attorney's office.
Pitter patter.
We sent a subpoena to Mr. Proctor's prior attorney in connection with his appeal, just relating to this one particular issue that is relevant to the district attorney's office subpoena.
Awesome.
There might be one or two I'm not thinking of off the top of my head, but that's the bulk of them thus far.
When did the subpoena go to the town of Canton?
The subpoena to the town of Canton went, off the top of my head, July or August of 2025, I think.
Yeah, a long time ago.
And have you received a response?
We've received documents. We are currently discussing with their counsel additional documents that we had been under the impression they didn't have, but now I believe they may actually have. So I'm in the process of a 9C conference with their counsel to determine if they will produce these additional documents that they should produce from our perspective.
When did the subpoena to the Boston Police Department go out?
Roughly the same time. So the first subpoenas we sent all around the same time was the town of Canton, the Massachusetts State Police, Michael Proctor, and the Boston Police Department. Those were all July to August. And then, as I said, we followed up with a second subpoena to Mr. Proctor approximately September of 2025.
Let's double punch him. Punch a Proctor 1.
Would you agree that 8 months to resolve issues from subpoenas might be a little unreasonable?
I certainly would, Your Honor. But here's what's been happening in this case. Every time we serve a deposition, we serve a subpoena, we either are ignored by the recipient of the subpoena, as happened with Sergeant Good, happened with Mr. Proctor, happened with, at first, the Boston Police Department. Then we're presented with objections and a refusal to produce documents. We try to confer. These are government entities in large part that we're discussing right now. And it takes time to even get people on the phone. We get them on the phone. There's continued refusal to produce documents. We attempt to confer as we're required to under 9C to try and get documents without burdening the court with motions to compel. We then, in some instances, for example, the district attorney's office, just as one example, they have a set of documents that were taken off of Mr. Proctor's personal cell phone and then identified by the district attorney's office in the Commonwealth, documents that may be evidence of bias. They did that pursuant to a court order in other criminal cases. They then returned that phone to Mr. Proctor. We tried to get the phone and the same data from Mr. Proctor pursuant to subpoena because the district attorney's office told us they wouldn't give it to us because it had to come from him directly. As it turns out, that phone, after it was provided back to Mr. Proctor from the district attorney's office, in the short period of time between that and when he hired his present counsel, he apparently lost that phone. So now we can't obtain those documents from Mr. Proctor. So we had to go back to the district attorney's office and tell the district attorney's office.
Oh, I'm sorry, Michael. Michael Proctor. You lost your phone? You lost it? Did you lose it on a military base? With a SIM card? No, you didn't. Proctor, you didn't lose your phone, pal. Okay, where'd it go? You don't have iPhone? Find my phone? Find my iPhone? You got an Android? Come on. Or, I don't know, would it be the 2 cell phone extractions, including photos of alleged sexual assault victims, racism, and other topics might have been found in the last extraction? And we know what you said in the first one about about a balloon knot, about her being hot, but with a weird Fall River accent, no ass. You like ass, Proctor? Okay. Here's the thing. You're a pig. And I think that whatever was on that phone, you knew damn right well you couldn't survive another extraction. So who'd you call? Did you call Higgy? Did you call anybody? Who'd you call? Ghostbusters? And say, what do I do? What could I do? How could I make this? How could I lose my phone? I don't know.
Office, we need it from them. I then engaged for 2.5 months negotiating an agreement with the district attorney's office, which would only give us these relevant documents, despite the civil rules, would only give them to us with onerous restrictions that are unusual if never occur in civil cases like this. But we agreed to that because we need to get the documents. So I 100% agree with you. When we've sent out subpoenas, we have not gotten the responses that we should have gotten under the rules and the law. But we've had to put in a lot of extra time and effort and resources to getting these entities to produce documents. The state police still haven't produced documents. I was under the impression they'd been reviewing them for months, just found out from their counsel that they had made little to no progress, and I needed to, again, threaten a motion to compel in order for them to agree to produce, to do what they have to do. So I agree with you, Your Honor. We shouldn't have to wait that long.
Thank you, Gigi.
But here we are in February, and we're not any further along. I detect a little frustration from you, Attorney Rosenberg, but
Ooh, a little
why don't you
frustration.
utilize the court to maybe relieve that frustration? If you have issues that you need to bring in front of the court as far as a motion to compel, let's get them filed.
Excuse me. Let the court relieve you. Let it relieve you. What is, Adam, what do you got to say?
So, can I just be clear?
It needs to start moving along.
Well, I need to be clear with Your Honor, and I'm hearing you don't want us to confer with these parties and continue to drag out those conversations. The rules, I believe, would require me to do that, and I can't just come into court asking for a motion. But if you'd prefer us to handle it this way when we get non-compliance from a subpoena recipient, I'm happy to do that. I just am sensitive to the requirements of 9C.
I'm not suggesting you ignore any of the rules. I'm suggesting you avail yourself of the opportunity to use them. And I'm simply suggesting that the length of time that it has taken to resolve issues that shouldn't really be issues appears to me to be excessive. So we have to figure out a way to bring them to.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. Is this not the hottest thing I've ever heard in my whole entire life? Is a judge saying in our Commonwealth of Massachusetts that, like, hey, facts matter, journalism? No, he's saying hot bench. He's saying, listen, bitch, what I need from you is when I give you a date, I mean it. It's not just a suggestion, it's a rule. Clutch them pearls, bitch, breathe. This is Judge Blank's creed.
Go ahead. Have to figure out a way to bring them to a head.
Well, I agree with you, Your Honor. It's just, it's excessive from the recipients of the subpoenas. We're certainly not delaying anything. We've been demanding documents since July, and we've been out there taking discovery and trying to move the case along, which is what we intend to continue to do. So as soon as I have a situation where the recipient of a subpoena is not engaging in good faith conference under 9C, we've been filing motions, and we've had, I believe, 3 or 4 before, Your Honor. Then the parties who have received the subpoenas seem to all of a sudden be more willing to comply just before we have hearings with the court. And so we are using those tools, and we'll continue to use them.
Convenient.
Anything else?
Nope. No,
Not
sir.
for me, Your Honor.
Okay, so why don't we all plan to get together next Thursday at 4 o'clock in the same fashion? And Attorney.
Babe, where am I going to be next Thursday at 4 o'clock? Right here. I want to see it. Because listen, I'm a fan of Judge, and I'm also a fan of Adam. I like it. I don't know why the other 4, 8, 12. Why did we need a 12 spot? Why did we need an actual dozen? Only 2 of you talked. 2 and a couple of head nods. All right, I digress.
Diller can report on his success or lack of success in seeking to access the documents, and it'll give you and Attorney Diller further opportunity to talk about his concerns about categorization or identification of the documents that are produced. And then I'd ask all the parties to submit at this point in time the intended depositions. And I understand that may change, but I want to know who people intend on deposing. Is there anyone that can't make it next Thursday at 4 o'clock?
Nope, we'll all be there.
Hearing no response, we'll see everyone next Thursday. Thanks very much.
Oh, I love that.
Your Honor, I
Julie.
have a question though about the
Oh, now
request
all
for
of
the
a sudden we got
attendant
a question.
depositions. Are you looking for that to be a formal written disclosure, or is that something that we could show you in camera so as not to make public all
Listen to
the
this.
parties that we intend to depose?
No, I want to know. I want to know. I'm nosy.
You can share it to me in whatever fashion you want to.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right? Anyone else?
Guys, so we remember from law school, right? From our little law school from trial 1, trial 2, and Mr. Betterow, that in camera means like in chambers, right? And a little private meeting. He's like, oh, do you want us to know who is going to be deposed or who we want to talk to on the other side? And he's like, you can tell me however you want. Okay. Just tell me. Thanks. All right. I just need to know. Don't care if you want to tell me, in the kitchen, or if you're going to do it in the family room, but figure it the fuck out. Oh, yeah. Tell me. I want to know. Ooh, I'm old. Ooh, that tickled my fancy.
Have any questions?
No more questions, Your Honor.
Okay, thanks very much. We'll see
Thanks.
everyone next Thursday.
Mazel.
Thank you.
Okay, so for the
Next
record,
Thursday.
for the record, this matter is continued to February 12th, 2026 at 4 p.m. for the status, and that hearing will be held via Zoom.
And Attorney Rosenberg,
Feb
still,
12th.
because I want to have a clear record here, please, as I indicated earlier, provide the court with a copy of whatever you produced to Attorney Diller.
Okay, it'll come from Mr. Maravellis and Mr. Bell, my co-counsel.
We love it.
Production came from their office.
We love it.
All right.
Thank you, King. Okay, that is our King. What a world. What a day. That is it, lovies. We talked about super important stuff today. I super appreciate you for being here. I'm going to go through. Sherry Thompson, you're an angel. Thanks for joining the family. And also to Massachusetts Sea Glass. And a donkey. I'm sorry, are you the cutest little ass I've ever seen? Yeah. And to Adriana's Kiervan, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. And to Jen Isabel, 7876. Guys, it's happening. You know what's happening. I'm having the Kim dyslexia moments. Cynthia Marks. Yes, she lives here. This is home. Gigi knows that, thank you, Lovey. You look amazing. My daddy, whom I miss every second of life, says you can pull long hair up, but you cannot pull short hair down. I have a convertible, beautiful Ford Mustang. Yes, queen. So good. And Sandy Rice has consensually become a YouTube member. And Bukaki's I almost said Bukaki's. Okay, you know what I almost said. I was on Klonopin, Ambien, Prozac, Adderall, gabapentin, clonidine, and Suboxone at once. That was from my addiction. Doctor, today I'm clean and green. Yes, I smoke bud still. We do recover. Bukaki's D's. Listen, D's nuts. Anyone can suck those nuts. Want to know why? You're kicking ass and taking names. Congratulations. Look at you. Look at you. Be proud every day. That's you. You did that. No one can take that away from you. That's just scares me a little bit that I think that there is some sort of culture that our healthcare system is messed up, and I'm part of it. I try to be good and the best I can be for my patients always, but it's hard because it's driven by capitalism, and I don't feel it should be driven by capitalism. I feel like, and I don't mean that like, of course I know that we're a capitalistic society, but it's like, oh, what the fudge? I feel like pharmaceutical companies want us to be sick and not like they want you to take the pills because they make money off the pills. And I wish that everyone didn't have to take pills, but look at you. Very proud. And to Gypsy Soul Astro Photos says, NK, I have LG appliances. There is a way to turn off the chime if it annoys you. Download the manual and it'll tell you how. Gypsy Soul Astro Photos. Babe, do you think I know how to download a manual? I'm just listening to the chime. It's been happening for 2 years. Moms, laundry before we get off stream. You put it from washer to dryer and now take it out. All right. Or if you just started your wash when we started our stream, go from wash to dryer now. You're good. There we go. There is a way to do the chime. I don't mind it. It's kind of a banger. Doesn't bother me. It might bother you, but she's a mother, for Christ's sakes. And also, who switches their laundry from washer to dryer anymore? JK. But mine is one drum and it washes and dries with no changeover. Oh, so you're rich. Oh, so you're upper middle class, Gypsy Soul Astro Photos. What are you, a 1%er? Wow. Maybe someday, if I keep this little fucking side hustle going on and I punch enough proctors, on your mark, get set, punch a proctor, then maybe your girl can get a one-spot washer dryer. That'd be the future. That'd be the Nurse Kim of the future. Ashley says, crying because I've been there, both PPD and PPA. The medication issue is absolutely insane. How are these doctors not in trouble? I know. I've been there too, babe. I've been there too with the postpartum anxiety, and I get it. And I'm just so sad because it wasn't as if she didn't seek help. She sought help every single day for months. And then assumed that, like, I'm just fucked. So I might as well just go home and figure it out. And little did she know that the command hallucinations would go where they did. Because you never see the most negative outcome. It's so sad. And Perfect Tits says, I get the best deep belly laughs and sad sobs and warm feelings watching you. You're amazing. You give me hope for what I can do for myself. Be a crown straightener. Perfect Tits. Listen to me. You can do everything, babe. You got perfect tits. And it's me and you. And mine are not perfect. Okay, far from. Left one's a little bigger. But here we are. Strong women. Straightening crowns. I love you. Thank you for being here, babe. And to Craftsicle says, parallels to a case in Ireland is scary. Look up Deidre Morley, pediatric nurse found not guilty by reason of insanity. Her and hubby suing everybody. So sad. Love you, Kim. Hugs to you. Thank you so much for letting me know. I will look that up. I'll look it up, but is it an active case right now, like happened? Oh no, she was found not guilty. Interesting. We could do parallels. Yes, we'll draw them. So smart. So pretty. Duh. And regular RN says, thank you so much for the super chat, babe. Says, I'm sorry, Kim, but the mental health care in this country is gross. RN for 31 years. Regular RN 96. Speak to me, queen. I know. It's so gross. And I don't mean to go back all the time, and you guys know I do it. But like when I go back and I think to myself about how when the inpatient, when like all the hospitals closed down, that was so bad because then the homelessness went up. And then because I don't know, I swear there is a correlation between the 90s, like when everything had shut down, and like today, you see it. There should have been, and I mean, there was problems everywhere. It's problematic no matter how you go, because like 4-point restraints, chemical restraints, none of it is good. But there should have been, I believe, that there should have been psych hospitals that remained in this country instead of closing 85 to 90% of them down, and an entire generation then becoming addicted to opiates. Hello? I don't know. maybe shouldn't have said that, but Detail Junkie says, was the Seroquel IR or XR? You can go up to 800 milligrams, but she clearly should not have been on an antipsychotic. I don't know. I don't know if it was IR or XR, but Detail Junkie, isn't that listen, isn't it wild though for in 2 months you're going up that much? She should have been started at 12.5. I give 0 fucks. You haven't even you got to the 8-week mark, which would have been seeing if the medication had actually gone into your system and been systemically bioavailable. I can't fathom how that dose and that increase was that rapid, in my opinion. And thanks again, Gigi. I appreciate you. You're the best. And thank you, Gigi, also for gifting 10 non-consensual Nurse Kim memberships. Like we're going where? You know, to the Centerfold in Worcester. And Mighty Midge, thank you so much for the kind super sticker. I appreciate you. And Gigi also says, honey, you do not want them to break the same effing time. No. No one wants anything to be breaking. Not I. But I'll tell you this. What are we doing tonight? Going to bed? Are we waking up in the morning and doing a members only? Yeah. Come on in. The water's fine. Let's talk. Let's do all the things. But I wish you a wonderful night. Have sweet dreams. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Members only tomorrow. Thickums Thursday on Thursday. And then Sunday service. Night, babes.
All right, great job on the news.
Thank you.
We will, Courtney and I will share what happened when we went to dinner last night, Sunday dinner, coming up. And as